Welcome to this Yin practice for full body chakra healing and balance. Today's sequence is going to move through all 7 chakra centers. We'll start at the root center, moving all the way up to the crown of the head. And as we move through each of the chakra centers, I'll also share more about the energetic qualities of each center, and I will offer some contemplative questions that you can kind of sit with or melt into and just allow these questions to trickle into your system and help you create space and clarity around where in your body, in this season of your life, you can invite in more balance. So each of these poses are going to be tailored to the chakra center that we're moving through. And by the end, I hope that you will feel a full body sense of relaxation, balance, and emotional peace. For this practice, the only prop that you need is a yoga bolster if you have one. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can grab 1 or 2 pillows from your bed or a couch cushion from your couch. So super easy. You'll definitely have what you need at home. And there's also a playlist tailored for this class in the description bar below. So if you'd like some gentle music to accompany this class, then check out that Spotify playlist and get yourself ready. Once you're all ready with your props, once you have everything that you need, I will join you back here and we'll get started. All right, let's begin. We're going to begin. You can just move your prop out of the way for now. Keep it close by. And we're gonna come to hands and knees to begin. Curling your toes and just reaching around to grab hold of your pinky toes and pull them forward so that they're going to be involved in this toe squat that we're moving into. From here, you can stay leaning forward. You're probably already feeling a really nice stretch along the bottom of your feet in this posture. If you'd like to come to the full expression of this pose, then gently beginning to sit back on your heels. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, filling up your belly, filling up your chest. Big exhale through the mouth. Let everything go. I know this pose is very intense and you're doing amazing. Close your eyes and just keep those long, steady, deep breaths. Less than a minute to go here. We're beginning our sequence today with the root chakra. The root chakra is the energetic center of stability, of our sense of security, our sense of grounding and safety in the world. This is a survival center, and it really is the foundation of our energetic system, of our chakra system. So when we can create more space and openness and balance in our root center, that's when we're really feeling a sense of stability and safety within the world, but also within our own bodies. Feeling safe within your own body to face whatever life may bring. Take another deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. beginning to come forward onto your hands, uncurling your toes, and just tapping the tops of your feet onto the earth. That probably feels like really nice after that intense toe squat. Beautiful. From here, we're coming into, I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. You can grab hold of your prop and place it in between your legs. We're coming onto our feet for a squat. So you can sit down actually. I invite you to make this a supported malasana, a supported squat, sitting down on your prop if you'd like. Your elbows come to the outside of your knees, hands in prayer. Close your eyes. Again, take a deep inhale in through the nose, sending your breath all the way down to your pelvic bowl. Exhale, let it go. Feeling yourself really arriving into this shape. Gently opening the hips here. And if you're using the prop, feeling the sit bones nice and supported by your prop. Landing into the body. And as we activate our root chakra in this pose, this is such a primal pose, squat pose. And as you rest in this shape, I invite you to contemplate, marinate on our first question here. Where in my life do I feel most rooted? Where in my life do I feel most rooted? And just allow the answers to kind of effortlessly rise up. As we move through these questions, these contemplations today, they're not meant to be analyzed. You're not here to problem solve or to figure out why you're feeling XYZ or how to change it. The purpose of these questions is simply to notice. To notice what you feel. To notice what intuitively arises as you move through each of these chakra centers. And to just bring more honest, radical clarity to what's alive for you in this season of life. It doesn't mean you've done anything wrong or right even. It doesn't mean that, you're good or bad or anything like that. We are just bringing awareness, non-judgment, radical self-love, compassion. Just a few more breaths in this shape. Beautiful. After your next exhale, returning your hands to the earth, maybe leaning forward, coming back onto hands and knees, and coming to sit on your heels. I invite you to have your prop in front of you. Knees come wide apart and just begin to melt forward into a child's pose, one cheek resting on your prop. Make any wiggles or adjustments that you need. And then allow your body to really soften and melt into the support of your prop or the earth. Let your belly be soft. Just breathe. And as you rest here, perhaps contemplating, where in my life am I seeking more stability? Where in my life am I seeking more stability? Again, just noticing. Staying in the pose, but as effortlessly as possible, just turning your head the other direction, balancing it out. Can you surrender any more deeply into this child's pose for the last few moments here? Maybe reciting to yourself mentally a few times, I am safe in my body. I am safe in my body. Beautiful. Very gently pushing into the palms of your hands, rising all the way back up, coming to sit on your sit bones. You can bring your prop in front of you, spreading your legs out wide to either side. Notice how you feel sitting on your sit bones in this shape. If you're feeling a bit unsteady or you just like a bit more elevation, you can sit on your prop. That's going to lift your hips and make it a little bit easier to fold forward. When you're ready, you can just begin to melt forward any amount. It can literally be a micro movement. We're not aiming for a particular aesthetic when we practice yoga, especially Yin Yoga. We're just aiming to feel something. Especially in this shape, probably it's along the backside of your legs. And that's why we all look so different in the shapes that we make in yoga. So the goal is not to flop towards the floor. Maybe you need to go to the floor to feel the stretch. And maybe you just need to make a very small movement. So come to your edge, close your eyes. Maybe you're resting your forearms or your head on your prop. And we're moving into the sacral center. The sacral center is just a couple inches below your belly button. And the sacral center is the energetic center of sensuality, sexuality, creativity. It really is also about emotions. This is our creative life force energy here. And so in this shape, as we rest here for the next couple minutes, our contemplative question is, where am I being invited to flow instead of force? Where am I being invited to flow instead of force? Is there an area of your life, maybe in your work, or maybe with your children, or your projects, or a hobby, where you've just been pushing, and instead perhaps the medicine, the invitation could be to take your hands off the wheel a little bit, to stop trying to maybe force an outcome, and instead see where life actually wants to guide you. How can you make it a little bit easier on yourself? You're over halfway there. Notice if your body is asking you to come any deeper, or maybe to back off. Take one more deep inhale in. Exhale, let it go completely. Gently rising all the way back up. You can move your prop out of the way, keeping it close by. We're bringing the right leg back to the center, left leg back to the center. Resting, leaning back on your hands, and just windshield wipe your feet a few times. Beautiful. We're going to come back to our hands and knees here. Keeping your toes together and your knees apart as if you're coming into a wide-legged child's pose. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And listen closely here. We're coming into a frog pose. So you can stay here in this shape if this feels like it's already intense enough. Otherwise, you can begin to bring that right foot, shimmying it so that your ankle is parallel with your knee. So let me turn around so you can see. You're bringing that right foot out to the side. And if that feels good, bringing your left foot as well, so that your left ankle is parallel with your left knee. So this is quite an intense hip opener. If this is bothering your knees, then maybe folding the edges of your mat or putting a blanket or a couple pillows underneath your knees. We're not going to be here too long. You can stay upright in this frog pose, or maybe coming down onto your forearms. If you need to feel a bit more of a stretch, you can open your legs even wider, so you're bringing your hips closer to the earth. That's going to feel more intense along the hips. So find your version of this. Close your eyes. And the question for you in this shape, we're still working with the sacral chakra. What parts of me are ready to be expressed? What parts of me are ready to be expressed? Notice if you're clenching your belly or your buttocks. Can you allow everything to be soft? It's so normal to feel frustration, annoyance maybe even in this shape. Again, we're working deeply with the hips here. And our hips store a lot of emotional energy. So whenever you're doing deep hip openers like this one, notice if you feel a surge of emotion, irritation, anger, frustration, resistance. And the medicine really is to breathe and soften through it. Let's take one more deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Very slowly, as if you're not waiting for this moment, begin to push into the palms of your hands, gently bringing that right knee and the left knee back to center. Take your time. And then sitting on your sit bones, and once again, resting back onto your hands as if you're at the beach, and just windshield wipe your legs back and forth a few times. Enjoy the rebound. Amazing. From here, we're coming to sit in a simple cross-legged position. From here, we're coming into a seated twist. So your left hand is coming to your right knee. Right hand swings behind you. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to gently twist towards that right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Stay here. Close your eyes. We're moving into the solar plexus here. The solar plexus is a couple inches above your belly button. And this energetic center is the center of power, of confidence. This is the center of your willpower, your identity. And so in this shape, let's consider what fears and doubts are you ready to release? What fears and doubts are you ready to release? As we enjoy this twist here, and as you contemplate on any fears and doubts that you're ready to release, imagine that through this twist, you're almost wringing out those fears and doubts from your system. And it gets to be effortless. Imagine that it can be effortless to just let go. Take a deep inhale in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper if you'd like. Beautiful, letting that go, coming back to center, taking a breath. And we'll move to the other side. Right hand comes to the left knee, left hand swings behind you, kind of like a kickstand behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist towards that left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Hold your twist and just breathe. Last few breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Beautiful. After your next exhale, releasing the twist. Coming back to center, take a moment here. Amazing. We're going to come to lie on the front of the body, resting on your forearms, coming into Sphinx pose. Your legs are extended long behind you. Your buttocks is soft. Your belly is soft, resting on the earth. And you should feel a really gentle compression along your lower back. Keep your shoulders relaxed, but also strong. Close your eyes. And this is our last pose with the solar plexus. And the question, the contemplation here is, what am I ready to begin or commit to with steady courage? What am I ready to begin or commit to with steady courage? You're doing amazing. Last few breaths. Take a long, slow, deep inhale in through the nose. Feel your belly expanding, pressing into the earth. Exhale completely, let it go. Pressing into the palms of your hands, coming back up into a tabletop position. Beautiful. From your tabletop, taking that right hand, stretching it up to the side, feeling a nice opening along the upper body, and then swinging that right hand back down, threading it through the left, bringing your right ear towards your mat. And if you'd like, with your left hand, you can just walk that hand up towards the top of your mat. Resting here. We're moving into the heart chakra now, coming into the upper portion of our body, of our chakra centers. And of course, the heart chakra is the center of love, compassion, connection, and our sense of oneness, unity with the world around us. And so, as you enjoy this shape, I invite you to really meet yourself with unconditional kindness. Notice if in any of these poses or just in your life in general, notice how you're talking to yourself. Notice what you're telling yourself you're capable of. Notice how kind you're being to yourself. I think that's something most of us can really strengthen, just our communication and compassion that we pour into ourselves. We are often the most harsh towards ourselves. And so, as you really work with the heart chakra energy, I invite you to soften and maybe just marinate on, where can I open my heart to let love in? From this position, pushing into your left hand, swinging that right hand back on the earth, coming into that tabletop. And from here, we'll bring our left hand up towards the sky, opening up the front line of the body, and then swinging that left hand back down, threading it through the right, and bringing your left ear, your left cheek towards the earth. You can bring that right hand up towards the top of your mat and enjoy the stretch on this side. Breathing into your heart, letting your heart be soft and open. You're doing amazing. Stay with it. Slowly pushing into the palm of your right hand, resting your left hand onto the earth, coming into that tabletop. Just take a few cat-cows here, or any movements that you feel like you need. Just move intuitively for just a few breaths. Doing so amazing. Beautiful. Coming back to center and coming to the top of your mat. There's going to be a couple options with this next pose. I invite you to try first with your prop. So take your prop and sit at the front edge of your prop, right? So there's a lot of space back here. I'm just sitting at the front of my bolster. And you're sitting in between your heels. Now for some of you, you might choose to remove this prop and sit your butt on the earth in between your heels. So if you'd like to take that variation, go for it. But for most of us, I invite you to sit on your prop. Now, if this shape is an absolute no for your knees or your ankles, hang tight. I'll show you another variation in a moment. But if you are able to take this shape, we're just gently beginning to lean back. So maybe you're leaning back on the palms of your hands. Maybe you're leaning back on your forearms, or maybe you're coming all the way down onto your prop. If you're resting all the way back down on your prop, you might want to take maybe another pillow or a block under your head. Or if you're able to go all the way back down, maybe you remove the bolster and you just practice going down on the earth without the prop. If you cannot take this shape, if this is not working for you, for your knees or your ankles, then come off and come into a supported butterfly. So again, you're going to sit in front of your bolster, your prop, your pillow, and just lie back on your prop. Your feet are coming together into a butterfly if that's accessible. Otherwise, just stretching your legs out long and just resting here in this shape. Now, whichever variation of this pose that you take, bring your awareness to your heart center and your throat. So this shape is, we're bridging two chakra centers here. We're really opening on shining that heart center forward, opening the chest, and also creating space and openness along the throat. So maybe that means that you tilt your head back a little bit. You don't have to throw your head all the way back. That might be a bit too much on the neck, but maybe you're just gently lifting your neck to create more space along the throat. Maybe if you're resting all the way back on your bolster or on the earth, you are, creating that openness along your throat. It can be a very small movement, but we're beginning to bring that awareness to our heart center, to our throat. And the throat is the chakra center for expression, for manifestation, for truth, and obviously for communication. So as we rest here for a couple minutes, I invite you to marinate on what truth is longing to be expressed or shared. What truth is longing to be expressed or shared? If this pose at any point feels like it's becoming too intense, always know that you can back off. You can come onto your forearms, maybe come onto your hands. Do what your body is asking. What truth is your body conveying to you? What truth wants to be expressed? About a minute to go. With every inhale, feel your breath opening up your throat, resting into your heart. And take 3 more deep breaths. When you're ready, slowly rising all the way back up. Take your time. Moving that prop out of the way. Keep it close by. Coming to sit on your sit bones, bringing your legs out long in front of you. Resting back on your hands. Notice what you need. Maybe you're windshield wiping your feet. Maybe you're flexing your toes. Maybe you're just resting in stillness for a few breaths. Take what you need here. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming to lie all the way down on your back, bringing your prop with you, bending the knees and planting the feet firmly on the earth. Engaging your core just enough to lift your hips and slide your prop underneath your sacrum. Your sacrum is that triangular bony part underneath, below your lower back. Once your prop is comfortable, begin to lift your left leg up towards the sky. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Hands are just resting comfortably beside you. This is a supported legs up the wall. Close your eyes and bring your inner gaze in between your eyebrows. This is your third eye, your ajna. This chakra center is the center of intuition, of perception and insight. And this gentle inversion is inviting fresh energy, fresh insight into your body. And here, perhaps marinating on, what is my inner knowing telling me? What is my inner knowing, my intuition trying to tell me? with absolutely no rush. When you're ready, bringing your right foot back down onto the earth. Left foot meets the right. Engaging your core, lifting your hips, moving that prop out of the way. Returning your sit bones back down onto the earth. Extending your right leg out long. Extending your left leg out long. If you have a blanket or something to cover your body or your eyes, feel free to grab it. Your arms can rest on either side of your body, or maybe resting one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Take any movements, make any wiggles or adjustments that you need. And when you're ready, closing your eyes, finding stillness, finding rest. The crown chakra, the center is the center of spirit, connection between self and the divine, the universe, the world around you. And as we rest here, the invitation is to simply allow yourself to be. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing to achieve. Just allow yourself to be, to integrate the practice, the energy, the insight that you've gathered here today. Allowing the whole body to simply rest and receive. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. Maybe letting the video fade out in the background. When you're ready, beginning to bring some gentle movement to your fingers and your toes. Maybe bringing circles to your wrists and your ankles. Stretching your arms above your head, stretching your legs in the opposite direction. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, rolling over onto either side. Pause here, resting on your forearm. Acknowledging this as a moment of rebirth. When you're ready, pushing into the palm of your hand, trying to keep your eyes closed, coming back up, finding your seat. Hands come to prayer in front of the chest. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. I acknowledge you for taking this time to really pour back into and connect with yourself. Namaste. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this sequence today. Let me know in the comments how you feel, what stood out to you today in this practice, or any insights or reflections that you have. I would really appreciate if you could take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed these classes. It really helps to let the algorithm know to send these classes out to more people, and it also signals to me to keep going and to make more of these videos. I have new classes, new Yin Yoga classes coming out every Sunday, so I hope that you stick around and I hope to see you in a future class. Thank you again so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.